Good afternoon, one and all. Today we are going to discuss about the problems on this AC distribution system. Okay, in the previous class we have discussed about the AC distribution system derivation. Okay, and also we discussed one problem that will be related to the AC distribution system. Okay, now in the present class we discuss about the problems on AC distribution system. Okay, first of all, coming to the first problem, the load on a distributor is shown in the figure. Okay, we are having the three loads that will be tapped at a points B, C, D. Okay, the distributor is a two-core cable, okay, for which the resistance and the reactances are 0.25 ohms and 0.125 ohms. Okay, the length is 1000 meters. Okay, therefore the total length of the A to D cable is the 1000 meters. What should be the voltage at a point A to maintain the 400 volts at point D? Therefore, in that question, we will give the voltage at point D is 400 volts and what should be the voltage at point A. Okay, that will be we determined. Okay, this is the given question related to the AC distribution system. Okay, this is the AC distribution system. Okay, while observing the figure, okay, the distribution is fed at the A point and B, C, D are the loading points. Okay, understand ma? B, C, D are the loading points. Okay, at point B, the current I1 is loaded, that is 50 amperes and 0.8 power factor lagging. Okay, understand ma? At point C, I2 current, that is 20 amperes, 0.5 power factor lagging. Okay, at point D, 40 amperes, unity power factor, unity power factor. Okay, these are the three loads. Okay, these are the three loads that will be tapped at the points B, C, D. And the total length of this distributor and the total length of this distributor is, that will be given in the question. Okay, that is the 1000. Okay, that is the 1000 meters. Okay, that is 1000 meters at point A to D. Okay, therefore, in the question, in the diagram, we observe, okay, the distance between the A to B is the 100 meters and B to C is the 150 meters and C to D is also 150 meters. Okay, 150 meters. Okay, and I1 is 50 amperes, I2 is 20 amperes and I3 is 40 amperes. Okay, first of all, we calculate the impedance of the cable. Okay, what is meant by impedance? That is Z. Okay, therefore, Z is equal to R plus JX. Okay, therefore, Z is equal to, okay, this is the R plus JX. Okay, R is the resistance and X is the reactance. Okay, what is the R value that will be given in the question? That is 0.25 ohms and X is the 0.125 ohms per 1000 meters. Ohms per 1000 meters. Okay, the impedance of section AB. Okay, what is the impedance of section AB? Therefore, Z1 is equal to 0.125 plus J 0.125. Okay, this is the impedance into what is the distance between the A to B conductor 100. Okay, therefore 100 by the total length of the distributor is 1000. Okay, the total length of the distributor is 1000. Okay, then the Z1 is equal to 0.025 plus J 0.0125 ohms. Okay, therefore Z1 is equal to 0.25 plus J 0.125 into 100 by 1000. Okay, that is 0.025 plus J 0.125 ohm at section AB. Okay, this is the impedance at section AB. Okay, this is Z1 or the ZAB. Okay, this is Z1 or the ZAB. Okay, next, similarly, we calculate the impedance at section BC. Okay, that is ZBC. And also, similarly, we can calculate the impedance at ZCD. Okay, this is the impedance of section BC, that is Z2 or the ZBC, that is R plus JX into, okay, what is the distance between B to C? That is 150 meters. Okay, the distance between B to C is the 150 meters. Okay, therefore 150 by total length is the 1000. Total length is 1000. That is equal to 0.0375 plus J 0.01875 ohms. Okay, this is the impedance at section BC. Okay, it is the impedance at section BC. Next, the impedance in section CD. Okay, next, the impedance in section CD. Okay, therefore ZCD. Okay, therefore ZCD is equal to. Okay, similarly we calculate what is the formula for that ZCD. Okay, therefore ZCD is equal to. Okay, therefore ZCD is equal to 0.25 plus J 0.125 into, okay, what is the distance between C to D? That is 150. Okay, into 150 by 1000. By 1000. Okay, this is the impedance at section CD. Next, we calculate the various currents at various sections. That is IAB section, next IBC section, next ICD section. Okay, what is the current at AB? Say I1 current, that is 50 amperes. Therefore, 50 into cos 5 minus J sin 5. Okay, cos 5 1 minus J sin 5 1. Okay, what is the formula for that cos 5 1 value? That is 0.8 power factor. Okay, by using this 0.8 power factor cos value, okay, then we will calculate the sin, that is sin 5 1. Okay, therefore sin 5 1 is equal to 0.6. 0.6. 50 into 0.8 minus J 0.6. 50 into 0.8 minus J 0.6. That is equal to 40 minus J 30 amperes. Okay, this is the current at section AB. Okay, that is the current at section AB or the I1 current. Therefore, IAB is equal to I1 into cos 5 1 minus J sin 5 1. Next, we calculate the IBC value. Next, we calculate the IBC value. Okay, therefore, I2 current is equal to 20 amperes and cos phi 2 equal to 0.5. Cos phi 2 equal to 0.5 minus sin phi 2 value, that is cos inverse of 0.5 and then sin of that value, that is 0.866. Okay, therefore, IBC is equal to 10 minus J 17.32 amperes. Okay, 10 minus J 17.32 amperes. Similarly, we will calculate the ICD value or I3. Okay, this is the current at section C to D. Okay, this is the current at section C to D. Okay, what is the current at D point? 40 amperes and power factor is unity. Unity means 1. Unity means 1. Okay, therefore ICD is equal to 40 into 1 minus J0. Okay, 40 into 1 minus J0. Okay, that is equal to 40 minus J0 amperes. That is equal to 40 minus J0 amperes. Okay, assuming All the power factor refers to the far end voltage. Okay, and then calculate the power factor refer to the far end voltage. Okay, we are having the two conditions in the case of a DC distribution systems. Okay, the two cases will be discussed in the previous classes with phasor diagram also. Okay, in this case, we are considering as the power factor refer to the far end voltage. Okay, power factor refer to the receiving end voltage is the first case, and what is the second case? That is power factor refer to the receiving end, refer to the far end voltage, that is the VD. This is the receiving end voltage. Okay, first we will calculate the voltage at D point, that is VD. Okay, that will be given in the question. Okay, that will be given in the question, that is 400 volts. Okay, that is 400 volts. Therefore, VD is equal to 400 plus J0. Okay, VD is equal to 400 plus J0. Okay, taking VD as a reference phasor. Okay, taking VD as the reference phasor. Okay, then we calculate the voltage at C point, that is, okay, the formula for that VC. Okay, therefore VC is equal to VD plus voltage at D point plus, okay, voltage drop in section C to D. Okay, that is I3 into Z3. I3 means ICD into ZCD. Okay, therefore I3 is equal to ICD. ICD into ZCD. Okay, that will be calculated. That is I3 value and Z3 value, and then substitute this voltage drop across the C to D section. Okay, this is the V drop across the C to D section. That is the VCD plus VD. Okay, VD plus VCD. Okay, then substitute all these values and then we obtain the VC value. Okay, and then easily we obtain the VC value. Okay, next we calculate the voltage at B, point B. Okay, what is the voltage at point B? VB. VB is equal to VC plus I1 plus I2 into Z2. Okay, VC plus I1 plus I2 into Z2. Okay, what is the I1 value? Okay, therefore I2, what is the I2 value? Therefore I2 is equal to IBC plus IBC plus I3 is equal to ICD. I3 equal to ICD into Z2. Okay, where Z2 is equal to ZBC. Where Z2 is equal to ZBC. Okay, and then substitute all the values. Okay, this is the voltage drop across the B to C section. Okay, this total formula is the VBC. Okay, this is voltage drop across the B to C section. Okay, this is the voltage drop across the B to C section. Okay, then substitute all the values in this formula. Okay, and then we obtain the VB value. Okay, this is the voltage at point B. Next, we calculate voltage at A. Okay, next we calculate voltage at A. Okay, that is VA is equal to VB plus I1 plus I2 plus I3 into Z1. Okay, therefore VA is equal to voltage drop at point A, that is VB plus voltage across the AB value. Okay, voltage across the AB value, that is IAB plus IBC plus ICD into ZCD. ZAB into ZAB. Okay, and then substitute all the values. Okay, and then we obtain the VA value. Okay, this is the voltage at the far end. Okay, therefore the voltage at the far end is 406.54 at an angle of 0.14 degrees. Okay, 0.14 degrees. Okay, this is the voltage at the A point. Okay, this is the voltage at the A point. Okay, understand, ma? Next, coming to the second problem. Okay, coming to the second problem. A single phase, two-wire feeder. Okay, single phase, two-wire feeder, 1500 meters long. Okay, 1500 meters long, supplies a load of 60 amperes. Okay, supplies a load of 60 amperes at 0.8 power factor. Okay, at 0.8 power factor, and 40 amperes at 0.85 power factor, 40 amperes at 0.85 power factor, and 50 amperes at 0.88 power factor. 50 amperes at 0.88 power factor, lagging. Okay, at a distance of 600, 1200 and 1500 meters respectively. Okay, these are the distances across the A to B section, B to C section, and C to D section. Okay, the distance across the A to B section is 600 meters. The distance across the B to C section is 600 meters. Okay, the distance across the C to D section is 300 meters. Okay, this is the distribution feeder at one end. Okay, the loads are tapped at a points of B, C, D. Okay, the loads are tapped at a points of B, C, D. Okay, therefore at point B, we are tapping the I1 current, that is I1 is equal to 60 amperes. Okay, that is I1 is equal to 60 amperes, 0.8 power factor lagging. Okay, and I2 equal to 40 amperes, 0.85 power factor lagging, and I3 equal to 50 amperes, 0.88 power factor lagging. Okay, these are the three currents, okay, that will be tapped at a points of B, C, and D. Okay, the resistance and reactances of the feeder is 0.06 and 0.1 ohm respectively. 0.06 and 0.1 ohm respectively. If the voltage at far end is to be maintained, okay, if the voltage at far end is to be maintained at 220 volts. Okay, at 220 volts, the voltage at the far end is 220 volts. Okay, that means VA. Okay, calculate the voltage at the sending end. Sorry, far end means the receiving end, and calculate the voltage at the sending end, that is the VA. Okay, and its phase angles with respect to the receiving end voltages is like this. Okay, therefore, first we calculate the impedance. Okay, that will be Z AB equal to 0.06 plus J 0.1 and 100 ohms. Okay, this is the impedance at the section A to D. Okay, this is the total impedance. Okay, per 1000 meters. Okay, the total length of this distributor is the 1500 meters long. Okay, per 1000 meters. Okay, sorry. Per kilometer length. Okay, in the question, we are giving the resistance and reactance of the feeder per kilometer. Okay, that's why we were dividing with the 1000 meters. Okay, per kilometer means 1 kilometer is 1000 meters. Okay, that's why per means the division by 1000 into this length by 1000. Okay, then what is that length? 600 meters. Okay, it is the both wires. For the both wire means we are multiplying with 2 into 600 by 1000 into R plus JX. Okay, that is the ZAB. Similarly, we can calculate the ZBC value and ZCD value. ZBC and ZCD. Okay, the distance between B to C is also same length. that is 600, 600. Okay, that's why we are giving the direct answer, that is 0.072 plus j 0.12, that is Z1. Okay, therefore Z2 is equal to the Z1. Then the impedance of section CD. Impedance of section CD, that is ZCD or Z3. ZCD or Z3. Okay, therefore Z3 is equal to 0.06 plus j 0.01 into the distance between C to D. C to D, that is 300 into 2 by 1000. Okay, next taking the voltage at far end D, then VD as the reference phasor. Therefore, VD is equal to 220 plus J0. And then we calculate the current at CD section, that is I3. Okay, that is I3. Okay, therefore I3 is equal to, what is the current at that point? 50 amperes. Okay, 50 into cos phi minus j sin phi. Okay, 50 into cos phi minus j sin phi. Okay, then the voltage at load point C, VC. Okay, the low voltage point C, that is VC. VC is equal to VD plus I3 Z3. VD plus I3 Z3. Okay, next we calculate that theta 1, that is the phase angle between the VC and the VD. Okay, phase angle between the VC and the VD. Okay, VD value is plus J0 and theta 1 is equal to tan inverse of 1.795 by 223. 1.79 by 223. Okay, then the phase angle between the load current I2 and the load voltages VC is equal to cos inverse of, okay, what is the voltage? 0.85. Power factor at point C is the 0.85. Then the phase angle is the VC is equal to phi C equal to cos inverse of that angle, that is 0.85. Okay, then we obtain the VC phase angle. Similarly, we can calculate the phase angle between the load current I2 at the far end, that is the VD. Okay, therefore VD is equal to, by addition of these two phase angles. Okay, then we obtain the phase angle at the load currents I2 at far ends. Okay. Next, the load current at point C. Load current at point C. Therefore, okay, what is the current at point C? I2 equal to 40 amperes and cos phi 2 equal to 0.85. I2 equal to 40 amperes and VC is equal to 31.22. Okay, minus J 31.22. The load current in section BC. Okay, what is the formula for that? Load currents at section BC, that is I3 plus I2. Okay, that is I3 plus I2. Okay, we already calculate the I3 value. This is the I3 value, that is 44 minus J 23.75. And the I2 value is this. Okay, then substitute these two values and then we obtain the load current in section BC. Next, voltage at load point B. Okay, next the voltage at load point B, that is VB. Okay, therefore VB is equal to VC plus I2 plus I3 into Z2. Okay, VB equal to VC plus I2 plus I3 into Z2. Okay, we already calculate the I2 plus I3 value, that is 78.21 minus J 44.48. Okay, and we multiplied with Z2 value, then we obtain the VB value, that is 233.969 plus J 6.183. Okay, next we calculate the phase angle between the VB and the VD. We calculate the phase angle between the VB and the VD. Then theta 2 is equal to tan inverse of 6.12183 by 233.969. Okay, this is the theta 2 value. Okay, next we calculate the phase angle between the I1 current at VB. Okay, that is cos inverse of 0.8. Okay, the load current, the power factor at I1 0.8. Okay, then we obtain the phase angle is cos inverse of 0.8. Okay, that is cos inverse of 0.8. Okay, that is equal to minus 36.52 degrees. Okay, that is equal to minus 36.52 degrees. Next, the phase angle between the load current and voltages. Okay, the phase angle between the load current and the voltages. The phase angle between the load current I1 is the minus 36.52 degrees plus voltage is the theta 2. That is minus 35.21. Okay, then we calculate the load current at point B. That is I1 is equal to the current at point I1 current is the 60. Okay, cos of 35.21 minus J sine of 35.21. Okay, then we obtain the load current in sections AB. Okay, therefore, the load current in section AB is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Okay, I1 plus I2 plus I3. Okay, this is the I1 current. This is the I2 current. And this is the I3 current. Okay, substitute all these three currents. Okay, and then we obtain the load current at AB section. Okay, next we calculate the voltage at sending end. Okay, next we calculate the voltage at sending end, that is Vs. Okay, therefore Vs is equal to VB plus Vs is equal to VB plus I1 plus I2 plus I3 into Z1. Okay, understand ma? Therefore, Vs sending end voltage is equal to VB plus voltage across the AB section. Okay, this is the voltage across the AB section. That means the, okay, this formula gives the voltage across the AB section, that is VAB. Okay, this is the voltage across the A to B section. Therefore, Vs is equal to 253.12 volts. Vs is equal to 253.12 volts. Then the phase angle of sending end voltage with respect to the receiving end voltage, that is theta, is equal to 3.56 degrees. Therefore, the theta value is the 3.56 degrees. Next, coming to the last problem. Okay, that is third problem. Okay, a single phase AC distributor AB 500 meters long. Okay, the total length of this distributor is 500 meters. Okay, as a total impedance of 0.02 plus J 0.04 ohms. Okay, and is fed from one end at 250 volts. Okay, it is the distribution fed at one end at 250 volts. Okay, it is loaded as under. Okay, that is 50 amperes at unity power factor. I1 is equal to 50 amperes and cos phi1 equal to unity. Okay, the distance between this distributor is the 200 meters. 200 meters. Next, 100 amperes at 0.8 power factor lagging. Okay, 100 amperes. Okay, this is the I2 current, 100 amperes at 0.8 lagging. Lagging 300 meters from the feeding point. Feeding point is the A. Okay, therefore, the total distance from A to C is the total distance from A to C is 300 meters. Therefore, then we obtain the B to C is the 300 minus 200. Okay, what is that? That is 100 meters. Next, 50 amperes, 50 amperes at 0.6 per factor lagging. Okay. The remaining length is, the total length is the 500, that is 200 plus 300, 100, that is 300 meters up to A to C point. Therefore, 500 minus 300. Okay, what is the total length from A to D point is the, from A to D point is the total length between A to D point is the 500 minus 300. Okay, 500 minus 300. 500 minus 300. Okay, that is equal to 200 meters. Okay, 500 minus 300, that is equal to the 200 meters. Next, we will calculate the impedance of section AB. Okay, that is ZAB equal to RAB plus JXAB into the distance between A to B section is 200 by 500. Okay, similarly, we calculate the impedance in section BC. Similarly, we calculate the impedance in section BC, that is ZBC equal to 0.02 RBC plus XBC, JXBC into the distance between B to C is the 100. Okay, the distance between B to C is the 100. Okay, 100 by 500. Next, the impedance of section CD. Okay, that is ZCD. Okay, that is ZCD. Okay, therefore ZCD is equal to 0.02 plus J 0.04. ZCD equal to 0.02 plus J 0.04 into 200 by 500. Okay, that is equal to 0.08 plus J 0.016 ohm. Okay, assume all the power factor refers to the far end voltage. Okay, all the power factor refer to the far end voltage, that is VD. Okay, then we calculate the I1 current, that is 50 into 1 minus J0. Okay, 50 into 1 minus J0. Next, I2 current 100 into, okay, what is the power factor at I2 point? That is 0.8 lagging. Okay, 0.8 minus J 0.6. Next, I3 50 into 0.6 minus J 0.8. Okay, similarly, we calculate the voltage at point D, that is VD, V plus J0. Then the total voltage in the distributor, that is VAB. Okay, this is VBC. Next, this is VCD. Next is VCD. VAB plus VBC plus VCD. Okay, then we obtain the voltage drop in the distributor. Okay, this is the voltage, total voltage drop in the distributor, that is VAD. Okay, that is VAD. Next, the voltage at sending end. Next, the voltage at sending end, that is VA. Okay, VA is equal to voltage at far end plus voltage drop in the distributor. VD plus voltage drop in the distributor. Okay, VD plus 4.9 plus J0 is the VAD. Total voltage across the distributor, that is the voltage drop across the distributor, that is the VAD value. Okay, then we calculate the VAD. Okay, VA is equal to 250 volts. Okay, after that we will calculate the voltage at VD value. Okay, this is the procedure to find out the voltage at the VD point. Okay. This is the various problems that will be related to the AC distribution system for concentrated loading. Okay, understand, ma? AC distribution system. This is the problems that will be related to the AC distribution systems. Okay, thank you.